You're leaving money on the table if you're not using the right savings account. A typical large brick and mortar bank offers a 0.1% interest rate when you have money in their savings accounts, which will lose purchasing power over time. While the ones we talk about today will at least offer an attractive 5% interest rate, which will keep up with inflation. In this video, we'll be going over the 5 highest yielding accounts, along with a few useful utility banks to have. The requirements for all banks listed in this video is to have 0 fees, low to no minimum deposit, and no minimum balance required. Some banks require you to deposit and maintain $5,000 in your account. We are omitting those banks from this list. Let's dive right into it. First one up is Betterment, which is currently offering a promotional 5.5 APY. The promotional APY would just be for the first 3 months for new customers, and then after that, it would drop down to 4.75, which is still pretty respectable. There are no fees with this account and no minimum balance. And this is FDIC insured for up to $2 million. The nice thing about this bank account and every other bank account we'll be talking about today is that the money is liquid. It's very fluid. You can just pull out as much as you need at any time. It is not a certificate of deposit where you would have to leave your money in for 6 months or 1 year, for example. Betterment is really a financial company that was formed in 2008, and they deal mostly with investments. So it's not a typical savings account. This is instead a cash reserves account, which along with the FDIC insurance is backed by numerous large banks such as Citibank, HSBC, Wells Fargo, for example, as the company's partners. The next one up is Western Alliance Bank, which is currently offering an interest rate of 5.25%. It has no monthly fees and no minimum deposit, and it is FDIC insured for up to $250,000. Western Alliance Bank is mostly a commercial bank, and although most people have probably never heard of it, it does have over $65 billion in assets. Their high yield savings account is offered through an online platform called Raisins, which connects you to high yield savings accounts rather than offer it in branch. Although this might seem odd to you, they are FDIC insured and they have been around since 1994 with its headquarters in Arizona. I just want to mention 2 useful utility banks you might want to consider having along with your high yield savings accounts. Schwab has a debit card that refunds all ATM fees and has no fees by itself. So this virtually means that any random ATM is your bank. You can withdraw money at your local convenience store ATM, for example. I have this card personally, and I can't tell you the amount of times it's saved me. Very useful to have. If you're someone that sort of handles money pretty often, I would consider Chase Bank. There's nothing really that special about their accounts, but they are the largest US bank out there. So there's so many branches you can head to deposit your cash. I wouldn't really keep too much in these accounts, maybe a couple $1,000s for reoccurring charges. You're mainly using it to deposit cash or to fund your high yield savings account or other investments. Number 3 on this list is Wealthfront, and they're currently offering a 5% APY. There are 0 fees and no minimum deposit. However, you do have to keep at least $1 in the account. It is FDIC insured for up to $8 million. And this is done through a relationship with numerous other banks, as Wealthfront is not a traditional bank by itself. Wealthfront is an investment service firm which started in 2008, and they're big on robo-investing, which does automatic investments for you. And it's also nice to see that they have some integration with Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Overall, I like the flexibility here, and they have been offering the highest yields for the past few years. Bank number 4 on this list is from UFB Direct, and they have a savings account that offers a 5.25% APY. There are no monthly fees and no minimum deposits. They're also insured for up to $250,000. There is a way to get a 0.2% boost, which would make the interest rate 5.45%, but it would require you to open a checking account with them, and it has numerous stipulations. There would need to be a direct deposit of $5,000 a month, a 10K minimum balance, and 10 debit transactions every billing cycle. All that work for a 0.2% boost is not worth it in my opinion. I would just stick to their savings account option, which is much more straightforward. Before we move on to the last bank, I want to make a honorable mention to 2 fantastic high yield savings accounts, which have slightly lower yields but are from very respected financial institutions. The high yield savings account from American Express is currently offering a 4.3% APY, and anyone that's used their products before know how amazing their customer service is. Enough to switch over to their products. I also love how they integrated the savings account with the credit cards in one mobile app login, which makes things very convenient. Capital One's 360 Performance Savings also offers a 4.3% interest rate. Most banks listed in this video are predominantly online based. Capital One is sort of like a hybrid. They have numerous branches along with supermarkets and pharmacies you can use as ATMs, and you can even deposit money at CVS, for example. And all of these options have no fees involved. Popular Direct is currently offering a select savings account that offers a whopping 5.4 APY, which makes it the highest percentage yield offered out of all the accounts we discussed today. It does require a minimum deposit of $100. However, there are no fees associated with the account and no minimum balance that you have to maintain. They're also FDIC insured for up to $250,000. Some drawbacks of this account is that it is an online bank only, so you won't be able to get an ATM card. This is personally not a problem for me, as I have a couple thousand stored away at Chase Bank and I can just transfer money back and forth pretty easily. They've been around since 2016, and one of the reasons why these online banks can offer a much higher yield is because these brick and mortar banks like Citibank, Bank of America, Chase, HSBC, TD Bank, they have physical branches, so that's rent that they have to cover, they have to pay the workers that are stationed there. There's much more overhead costs associated with a physical branch. So if you want the highest possible interest rate available and you don't mind an online bank, go with Popular Direct. Just a reminder that these interest rates fluctuate quite a bit. They're adjusted based on a number of factors, such as how the economy is doing, how high inflation is. These interest rates are accurate as of recording, but they may not be the same 6 months from now. So I can't really predict what they will be in the future. But what I do know is these high yield savings accounts will always be a better option than your typical large bank that offers 0.01%. What do you guys think about these accounts? Will you be looking into any of them? Do you already have them? What are your thoughts? Comment below with your experiences on any of these, and I'll catch everyone next time.